Hi, I'm Christina Trauthwein, Editor-in-Chief of Hotel Business Magazine. We're here at the Lodging Conference in Phoenix, and right now I'm here with Bill Wilhelm, and he's the President of Olson Construction. Welcome.
Good morning. Welcome to you too.
Thank you. So you're a builder of hotel properties for major hotel companies like Marriott and Hilton and Hyatt. What are some of the building trends that you're seeing?
Well, we have seen a number of trends throughout the industry based on the different geographic locations, and those can be anything from the new ground ups to major renovations to even the biggest ploy here recently has been the adaptive reuse. And as we're starting to go into the turn of the century here, we're now starting to see a lot more of the dual brands that are starting to pop up. You get into each individual property. We also see the different venues that the properties are offering within the public areas. A lot of our properties today are now including the famous sky bar treatment with the rooftop pool and bar and what have you. And just the public areas are, one more time, I kind of refer to them as a public area on steroids. A lot of our designers and developers are really expanding and being very creative, trying to create that inviting internal, external venue that the guest is looking to experience on that property.
Well, it's all about experience, as we know, and public spaces and special amenities and everything that speaks to a distinctive and local experience is becoming really important, and I'm sure construction plays a big role in that. So
it does. It does. Well, local experience is important, and I look at that as a two-part. One is a builder. We want to participate in all of our communities, and so we reach out to our communities. Not only are we building the properties, but we're also really engaged in our local communities, whether it's volunteering or even employing the local community subcontractor base. But if you get into the design of the property itself, a lot of developers, a lot of properties are truly trying to create and enhance their theme around that local community.
now I know that's something that you see a lot with the independent and the boutique hotels. Are you seeing the brands kind of catching on with that?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And if I take a step back and I ask myself why, well, in a brand hotel, the guest rooms are the guest rooms. You can do a little bit, but pretty much you're going to stay with the brand image of what is expected. It's the public areas that they allow the developer, the designers to be a lot more creative. And so they're trying to capture, they're trying to create that storefront appearance of welcoming people in to stay at their properties.
Okay, you mentioned dual branding before, and I know dual, even triple branding is really hot right now. So do you see this trend continuing, and what's the draw?
Well, dual brand has been out there for quite some time, not at the level that it is today. I can recall 10 years ago we did a dual brand, and back then dual brands were basically two hotels, freestanding buildings, not attached on the same property. Today, dual brands are now within the same building at various different designs and concepts. For our company, currently we have 3 dual brands that are under construction, and we have another 4 that are in the pre-planning phases at this point. And so a lot of the hotel groups that are out there are being very creative. You know, if I take a step back and I look at our dual brand hotels today, it's hard to sit here and say there's a standard of, well, you go vertical one brand and vertical of the other brand, or you go horizontal. I'm kind of seeing it all over the board.
Okay.
We have a couple of dual brands that are getting ready to break ground here in November, and it's kind of a unique setup to where they're really focused on the customer base, the counts, as they look at their room types. And so I'm seeing a lot more of the blending of the guest rooms on your typical floors than I have in the past.
So, not a popular question maybe for you, but a necessary one, construction costs. It's a major concern right now. So, any insight on this?
Well, construction cost is development cost in general is a challenge for all of us, whether you're on the development side or the contractor side. We have seen over the last 7-8 years tremendous increases, percentages like we've never seen before. We had one point in time we were seeing 20 to 25% increase over a 12-month, 14-month period. Forecast today from my chair, based on the product type that we are involved in, the geographic markets that we're playing in, We will see probably between a 5 and 7% over the next 12 months. However, that being said, what we don't really understand just yet is what's going on in the political arena as well as the tariffs. If you look at the rest of construction cost, when it comes to margin and labor cost, we have seen a tremendous increase in those numbers the last 3 to 4 years. I anticipate going forward we're going to see marginal movements in those dollars. Because today, it really isn't, I mean, cost is a big issue, but now it's switching to the resource issue. And you would think, okay, you have limited resources, you move up your price point, that's taken place. Now it's a matter of how do we manage what we have on our plate with the resources that we have or we don't have. And so I don't think the resource issue is going to play as big of a part on cost as your typical margin increases across the industry.
Okay. What projects are you currently working on right now? I think you have a lot going on.
We have some exciting projects, most definitely. We've got close to 17 projects that are under construction today, and probably another 20, give or take, that are in the pre-planning stages.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Enjoy the
Thank
rest of
you.
the conference.
Thank you.